I was watching Kyra's video earlier, or as I was getting ready for work this morning. She was talking about the, oh my gosh, I'm not wearing my ring. Pregnancy brain, y'all. I tell you, pregnancy brain. I'm so glad I realized that because I would have left the house. Anyways, I was watching Kyra's video as I was getting ready for work this morning. And she was sharing the 26 books that she wants to read in 2026. I am currently reading The Davenports, but I'm about to head off to work now. So I know I'm not gonna get any more reading in until I get home. Just in those little 5 minutes, I only read 2 pages, but hey, whatever. That's how you make progress when you have a 9 to 5. You just fit the moments in whenever you can. Y'all, today is Wednesday. I haven't vlogged. I haven't like really done anything. I've been so tired this week, honestly, y'all. It's the first week of the year back at work for real, and I think I gravely underestimated how tired I would be when I decided I was gonna do this video this week. So please forgive me. Yesterday, I finished The Davenports. I started on page 304 yesterday when I started this vlog, and there are 372 pages in this book. So what's that math? We're gonna go to the calculator because that should be really simple. I should be able to do that, but I'm not. 68 pages. So I was able to read 68 pages yesterday, which is really nice. I don't always get to read that much during the work week. So I would rate this 3 stars. I really enjoyed it. It is literally just Black Bridgerton, and I would definitely recommend that you read it, but it's not a book that just blew my socks off. It's not a book that is, I wouldn't say super complex or really deep, but I thoroughly enjoyed it. And I think a large reason for that, I will say, is because I've been reading some pretty heavy books recently, and so I wanted something that was just like light, and this was that. It just gave me that, just kind of good vibes, Black people in love. I enjoyed that. Definitely was a great form of escapism. I'm gonna do a January reading wrap up, so I don't want to go too much into detail about this, but yeah, I enjoyed it. And I will read for sure the second book in this series. I think there's only 2 books out right now, but I will read the second book. After I finished this last night, I started The Queen of Sugar Hill by Rashonda Tate. Now, one of my goals this year is to read more intentionally, and so for me, part of that is letting myself sleep on books, like at least a night, giving myself a night before I start a new book. So when I say that I started this yesterday, I literally read 1 page and that was that. But this morning, was it this morning? I think it was this morning, I was able to read some. So currently I'm on page 6. This is a historical fiction that is about the life of Hattie McDaniel. I talked about both these books actually in my book haul that's up on my channel, so check that out if you haven't done so. But what I want to say already about this book is that I love when a book starts with a quote. Some of my favorite books, some of the books that I rate the highest, always start off with a quote or a poem or something. This one starts with a poem. I'm telling y'all, all my favorite books do that. So the fact that this book started with one, I'm like, I think I'm gonna like this. I'm gonna read y'all the poem because I also really enjoyed it. What dreams we have and how they fly, like rosy clouds across the sky, of wealth, of fame, of sure success, of love that comes to cheer and bless, and how they wither, how they fade, the waning wealth, the jilting jade, the fame that for a moment gleams, then flies forever, dreams, ah dreams. And that's by Paul Laurence Dunbar. I haven't heard of him, but I thought that that was a really nice poem. And when I opened this book and saw that that poem that was there, I was like, I think this gonna hit. I think it's gonna hit. So yeah, like I said, I'm currently on page 6. We're gonna see how much reading I can get done tonight. I am home from work a little early because I finished work a little early, which I'm super grateful for. And we got leftovers from dinner yesterday, so I ain't got to cook tonight. So it sounds like to me, I'm going to be reading.
A shy girl, blood over Bright Haven, got 4 out of 10 own that, and just like allowed to put a monitor on her email. What does this monitor?
y'all, happy Thursday. It is the afternoon and I'm currently working from home. I went into the office earlier today, but I'm home now for the rest of the day. We got to do a little bookish update though. I'm currently on page 28 of The Queen of Sugar Hill. So yesterday I only read 22 pages. I'm not sure what my total page count is at for the week, but I'll have it on the screen somewhere. Yeah, I only read 22 pages last night. This is a book that I have to go pretty slowly with, I have already realized. One thing I will say is that I don't really like when books introduce a lot of characters early on or a lot of people in the beginning, because I'd be like having whiplash. I'd be like, who are these people? So now here I am flipping back and forth trying to figure out who is this character. This book has done that. It's been a lot of character names and I've been like, literally don't know who that is. It's one I feel like I won't be rushing through. I've been using my reading journal as I've been reading to help me stay intentional and focused. Like I said, I'm only on page 28, so there's really not much that I can say at this point. I have a doctor's appointment in about an hour, and so I'm gonna bring my book with me for while I'm in the waiting room. That is one tip I would give if you want to read more, or if you're like me, you know, you got a 9 to 5 and you're like, how the heck do I read with a 9 to 5? You have to bring your book with you everywhere, because one thing I've learned is that you never know when a time will pop up for you to read, because you never know when you may be waiting unexpectedly or whatever. So literally bring a book with you everywhere, and that will help you read more. Hopefully tonight I can get some more reading in. I don't know, we'll see. This is the point of this video, is to realistically see how much I read. So if I don't get a lot of reading in this one, then that's realistic. You know, sometimes it be like that. I have some weeks where I'm able to get a lot of reading in and have some weeks where I don't. But honestly, the fact that I read like what, 70 pages the day before yesterday, Tuesday, the fact that I was able to read that much, I'm pretty happy with that. I finished a book this week, so I feel accomplished. I'm satisfied. Oh, one thing else I wanted to say that I like about the book so far is that it started off with you at the award show with Hattie when she's getting her Oscar, and she was the first Black woman to receive an Oscar award. So it starts off with you at the award show. I like that. It's sort of like you're already in the action, and you know, it just kind of goes through her experience of receiving the award and her speech. And so I went back and looked up Hattie McDaniel's actual speech on YouTube, and it made me tear up. I don't know, it made me want to cry. It could just be pregnancy hormones, but yeah, it literally like made me want to cry. It was very beautiful. I think it was beautiful to read it, and Rashonda Tate did a really good job at keeping what Hattie said in the book pretty accurate to what Hattie actually said in real life. So reading it and like reading the emotions that Hattie in the book felt, and then seeing it and seeing that not only in the book did Hattie tear up, but in real life she was like tearing up and was choking up, was like so beautiful to me and really touching to be able to, I don't know, just like read it and see it. It just was like, wow. And I think that's why I love me some historical fiction, because as I've been reading this, I'm like, there's so much I don't know about all of this. There's so much I don't know about Gone with the Wind. I know that it is from what I do know, the little bit of knowledge I do know, I've heard that it's very racist, but just so much that I did not know about all of that. And I don't know, there's just a lot of historical knowledge that I'm missing when it comes to that. Reading this has me just like, oh my gosh, dude, I want to look into all of this, and I actually want to watch Gone with the Wind. Never seen it before, but I want to watch it from a, I don't know, just like a historical standpoint. So yeah, I will check in back with you guys hopefully later this evening. The way that I indeed did not pick up the camera yesterday, like I said I would / thought I would. Yeah, today's Friday. So it's the end of the work week. Last night I did not get much reading in. I don't remember my last page number update, but right now I'm on page 38. I was reading this in the bed last night. Well, I was editing this video yesterday, which took a little while, and then by the time I got to reading, it was like 10 o'clock, and I was cozy in the bed, had my little reading light, and I was dozing off, and I said, put the book down. put the book down and go to bed. So we are gonna wrap this vlog up today because this is how much I read in a work week. But I'm gonna spend some time this evening reading first, and we're gonna see how much more reading we can get in today. I did not update you guys yesterday evening. I didn't get too much more reading in. I got to page 72 last night, and I was again like falling asleep while I was reading. So I'm not sure what that puts my total at for the week, but again, it'll be up on the screen for how much I was able to read this work week. I feel like I did not do a good job with this vlog, guys. I'm so sorry. I'm like a little annoyed with myself about that, but also I'm trying to give myself grace because at this point, being pregnant, I just have days where I'm exhausted. So, you know, it is what it is. So far, I would say that I am enjoying The Queen of Sugar Hill. For a couple pages there in the beginning, I was a little like, where is this going? Is it literally only gonna talk about Hattie and how black people don't like her because she play a mammy and white people don't like her because she black? I was a little like, okay, can we come up with something else? But currently, I've been reading some today. I'm on page 90, and we're definitely starting to get some more added to the storyline. I think I would maybe describe this as a bit of a slow burn, but I'm definitely excited to read more. I mean, 90 pages in, I'm like only like 20% through this book. No, not even. I feel like that's a stretch. I still got a lot to go. There's still so much to be developed and more to see, more to read. Though I feel like I did not do the best job with this vlog. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what y'all thought. Let me know if you have read The Davenports or Queen of Sugar Hill, and I will see y'all in my next video.